All right, so the U.S. Census numbers are in, and the headline, folks, is the population of this country only grew 9.7% in the past decade. That is the slowest growth rate we've seen since the Great Depression. And why these numbers matter, why you fill out those forms, is because the population of each state is used to distribute more than $400 billion in annual federal funding. Also, it reallocates seats in the House of Representatives. So speaking of politics, let's look at Ohio. This is a state that has gone through a very hard decade economically speaking. They're going to lose 2 seats in the House because their population grew very minimally, 1.6% growth in the state of Ohio. Now, a lot of that has to do with the jobs picture in Ohio. Their unemployment rate is just where the national average is. It is 9.8%. It's more than double where it was a decade ago, largely because they've lost more than 400,000 manufacturing jobs in the last 10 years. It is a 40% drop. General Motors, a big employer in Ohio, had to cut thousands of jobs there. Now, here's a surprise, though, a state that grew more than we expected. North Dakota. Let's take a look at North Dakota. They grew 4.7% in population, a lot more than we expected. Not a huge growth, but more than we expected. But here's why. Very, very strong jobs numbers. Unemployment in the state of North Dakota, the lowest in the entire country. It is only 3.8%. 3.8%. They have a very diversified economy. When you look at North Dakota, huge oil boom in North Dakota. That has helped add more than 38,000 jobs since 2000. That's about a 12% jump. Now, some of the states that grew the most, we were expecting these, but Texas, that's a big one. Texas grew at a rate of 20.6% since 2000. A lot of growth in Texas. And again, some of that has to do with jobs. They're still dealing with a pretty high unemployment rate in Texas, 8.2%, but that is below the national average. Texas was able to add more than 1 million new jobs since 2000. Reason for that? Low corporate taxes, pretty loose government regulations, so businesses like to operate in Texas. They also have low home prices and also no state income tax. But when a state grows a lot in terms of population, that does not always correlate to a strong economy or big job growth. Nevada is case in point. Over the last 10 years, Nevada's population has grown 35%. 35%. But take a look at these numbers. The state of Nevada is also grappling with the single highest unemployment rate in the entire nation, 14.3% unemployment. Unemployment in Nevada was 4.5% just 10 years ago. And on top of that, adding more woes to the state of Nevada, they are dealing with the single highest foreclosure rate in the entire country. Nevada, 1 in every 99 homes getting a foreclosure filing in the month of November. So the bottom line here is, even states where populations grew a lot, the job picture is not necessarily the strongest there. That's going to be the story going into 2011 for these growing states. Where are the jobs going to be? So a lot more of this you can see on CNN Money, but that's the big headline. And our economy and the population here growing 9.7% over the last decade, the slowest rate of growth since the Great Depression.